Hey guys, what's up? It's Duncan here, KH fan. It's been a while since I've done my last album review, but it's kind of worth it with this one because I will be reviewing the newest Testament release on Nuclear Blast Records entitled Dark Roots of Earth. Now, this was a very anticipated album because it was following the comeback album they released in 2008 called The Formation of Damnation, which is some of their best work in all of their discography, probably since Souls of Black, in my honest opinion. This album features Gene Hoglan on drums. This is the first time he's been on a Testament record since the Demonic album, which came out, I believe, in 1997. And yeah, he's playing drums, and also Chris Adler from Lamb of God plays on one song on the record, which is "A Day in the Death." That's the only song that that he played on, because he recorded that when Lamb of God was recording Resolution. But the question is about this album: does it live up or even surpass The Formation of Damnation? In my honest opinion, I think it does. I think it's a lot more thrashier, but on the epic scale, it's not quite as epic as Formation of Damnation, but it's more of a thrash metal album than Formation was, in my honest opinion. Although I'm not going to shit on Formation of Damnation. That was a near perfect album when that came out. The guitar work on this album is quite phenomenal. I mean, Eric Peterson, a really great rhythm player, he really wrote a lot of the riffs on this, and same with Alex Skolnick, the guitar player. And in my honest opinion, I'd have to say Alex Skolnick is probably the most versatile thrash metal guitar player there is in thrash metal in general, mainly because he's also famous for being a jazz guitar player, because when he wasn't in Testament, he was out doing jazz gigs with a jazz band that he formed during the number of years he wasn't in Testament. And that's basic. I mean, some of his solos on this are just God ridiculous. I mean, godly ridiculous. Let me rephrase that. Greg Christian's bass playing is it's good. It's as good as ever, and it's very audible in this album. Gene Hoglan did bring a little bit of his flavor to the mix in this album, and I mean, there's a couple songs with blast beats on it, and you don't really hear blast beats in a Testament album very much. Like, the last time I've ever heard a blast beat in the Testament record was probably on The Gathering, when Dave Lombardo did a little bit of that on the first song, DNR, Do Not Resuscitate. And Chuck Billy, I mean, the guy at his age, I think he's 50 years old, and he can still belt it out as hard as he ever did. And he sounds more ballsy nowadays than he ever did back when Testament came out. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't ballsy then, but he definitely belts it out a little harder these days as compared to previous releases. That's just my opinion. The only gripe I really have about this record is that the song Throne of Thorns on the record, it's normal on the record, but if you get like the special edition, there's actually an extended version. It goes on for like, I think, about 30 to 40 seconds longer than the original, and honestly I think they should have put the extended version as like one of the final songs that made it onto the record, because honestly the Alex Skolnick solo in the last bit of that song is just utterly godly. I mean, that's really the only gripe I have, and also with the aside from the gripes, the bonus tracks that they have, there's that, plus there's 3 cover songs. They covered Dragon Attack by Queen, let's see, Animal Magnetism by the Scorpions, and Power Slave by Iron Maiden. Honestly, out of my favorite out of the covers was definitely the Iron Maiden one. Like, when I heard that they were even going to record that cover, I knew for sure like what it would sound like, and it exceeded my expectations with that cover. And that's about it. And then there's another bonus track. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be on the CD, but when I found I found the leaked version of the album. But the final bonus track that's on there is called Sangre Nativa, or however you pronounce that. It's actually a Spanish. It's actually Native Blood sung in Spanish, which I thought was pretty killer. Hearing it in Spanish, but it's a bit shorter than the original track itself. I mean, that song, Native Blood and True American Hate were some of my favorites due to the reason that Gene Hoglan included blast beats on on those two songs. And like I said before, you don't really hear that often in Testament songs. So yeah, and also another thing like I noticed in the record was the first song, Rise Up. I mean, a lot of records don't really start off like they're getting straight to the point. They're just punching you in the face like from the get-go. But this song really does that, and it kind of has that thing where it like has, you know, like those songs that have like you say, like I say then you say, like you say something, you point to the crowd and they say it. It's kind of like what Five Finger Death Punch does, but like 100 times better. And then honestly, one of my favorite songs and one of the best songs I've heard all year is definitely Cold Embrace, which is like a 7-minute and 45-second long ballad from Testament. Like, Testament doing a ballad? Oh my god. It's actually really, I thought they pulled it off very well, and Chuck Billy was, with his vocal style, I think he pulled it off very well. And it's definitely one of the best songs. That song pretty much gave me chills the first time I heard it. But, I mean, all in all, this is a very good record. If I were to rate this, I'd give this a solid 9 out of 10, possibly a 9.5, because this is definitely a contender for Album of the Year for me. This, along with, like, the new Electric Age by Overkill and Phantom Antichrist by Creator, it's definitely been a good year for thrash. And if you guys are a big fan of thrash, you should definitely get Dark Roots of Earth. It's a really fucking good album. I mean, honestly, Testament has not disappointed me since I've ever heard them. Like, I've listened to pretty much all their records, and I have not been disappointed. And speaking of Testament records, I will be doing that Testament discography at some point. So I figured I'd start with this and then just go back from the first record to Formation of Damnation. So, yeah, I'm going to conclude this album review, and hope you guys like it. Be sure to pick this up on July 31st in the States, and for those of you in Europe that have not got it yet since it came out, I suggest you go get that, and get the special edition, because it also includes like a DVD making of the album, plus the bonus tracks that I told you guys about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this album review. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and keep it metal.